This is Nosey with Good Intentions, the podcast.
In every nook and cranny.
This is Michael.
And Kirk. Guiding your noses today.
That
worked! What's been on your mind? It's been a while.
It's been quite some time, Lordy. So I was wondering, would you rather be born with a silver spoon, or would you rather be born poor and worldly? Not poor, but I guess less fortunate than most people.
If I had a preference, which one would I pick?
Yes, sir.
I think it might be a little easier to have a silver spoon.
Okay, well, the reason why I ask is some people think that like it will shit on people who were born with a silver spoon. And they're like, oh, you don't know anything. You must be nice and shit like that. But then at the same time, you don't pick who you're born to either.
True.
And so I think maybe there's benefits to both. And obviously there's pros and cons to everything. But isn't there, which one do you think would have more pros and more cons?
That's a tough one. I would say they're probably pretty equal.
How
it
so?
Depends on what you want, though.
What you mean?
Well, like, I immediately think of Oprah.
Okay.
Like she's one of those rags to riches stories.
Yeah, like literally.
So it probably means a lot to her if you compare her as a billionaire to someone who was born into million or billionaire life.
Right.
There might be a part of her that maybe appreciates it more.
Okay.
Because she knows what it's like to not be
a billionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. What do you think?
I think so. I think I think if you start poor and go to rags to riches, I do agree. I think it would give you more appreciation for what you have once you get to the riches. But I think would it also help you to be a better person that's rich? Because there's some people that are rich that are assholes. But there's some people that are rich that you can tell they're rich, but they're also, not to be cliche, rich in spirit. Like they're genuinely good human beings.
Okay. I see
You know
what you mean. Well, I think some of it too is, I wonder, like, empathy.
Right.
Meaning, like, for me, friends of mine have gone through surgical procedure.
Mm-hmm.
And I never really thought much about it. I always just sort of thought,
Right.
And then I had surgery. And I was like, oh, this sucks.
You talking about when you had the hernia?
Yeah.
Mm.
And I was like, oh, this really sucks.
Right.
Yeah. So I wonder, maybe there might be, if you start, whether you make it to billionaire status or not, if you start with maybe not the most money,
right, not the best circumstances,
you might be more empathetic to somebody in a situation where they're also not. They're trying to make ends meet or whatever.
Right.
Would be my guess.
Okay.
But there's also sort of that thing of forgetting where you came from.
Right.
Like you can also be that person that makes a lot of money and forgets what it's like, and you look down on people that don't.
Right.
Whereas someone who was born into money may be more empathetic because they're like, I've never had that experience. Mm-hmm. So that must really suck to have that experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, but I don't know, because clearly I wasn't born with a silver spoon. You weren't born with a silver spoon. But I don't think I would take it back and want to be born into a rich family. And then also, like, again, I'm not rich, nowhere near rich, not even the nth of rich.
Uh-huh.
But I think that sometimes I look back and I'm like, man, growing up that way kind of sucked. But then at the same time, when I get into certain situations or circumstances, I think I have a better idea of how to go about it or how to treat somebody in that situation.
Okay.
Just, I guess, being able to, almost like what you say, empathy, but at the same time, knowing that, okay, well, should I go about it this way or that way based on what I've experienced? And we all do things based on our life experiences, obviously, because it's our experience.
Right.
But I think maybe people who are born with silver spoons may not have a good idea of the real world.
Maybe. I don't know. It sort of took me there for a second because I remember I think we might have been sitting at this exact spot when you said, I suck at empathy. So I'm intrigued that you're now empathetic.
No, I'm not empathetic though. I guess, I don't know. For some reason, I cannot think of an example that would help support my question. But
shocker.
I guess
we're so good at examples.
Well, you are. I'm terrible at it. But I guess when I get in a certain situation, I'm like, well, it could be worse. I guess maybe I don't take the bad as somebody who hasn't gone through anything would. Like, I guess somebody who's not born with a silver spoon may be able to handle adversity a lot better.
I think it would depend on what the adversity was.
Example.
Well, I mean, if you have a lot of money, but
right.
the adversity that you're going through is depression, money doesn't really solve depression.
No, it doesn't.
So it's not like,
right.
I feel like there's certain things where, like, I guess in a way, we'll take depression as an example. If a poor person's depressed, they probably still have to get up and go to work.
Right.
Whereas the billionaire, if they're depressed, maybe they can sit for a
therapy,
week.
Yeah.
Right. Without having to work, per se. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So do you think financial problems could potentially be more difficult to go through than, I guess, outside? I don't know. Do you think financial problems would be harder to get through versus, say, relationship problems?
If you were poor?
Regardless. I guess what I'm saying is, would a rich person going through financial problems, would being rich, I guess that doesn't make sense though. Because you're rich.
Well, I think their financial problems exist. Yeah. Maybe they're just different.
On a grander scale, maybe?
Maybe.
Okay.
Because I would think that they would be different in the way of when you have money, you're buying a very expensive home.
Right.
Probably. But with that expensive home comes the cost of security, all these extra cost of staff and people to maintain this thing.
Like being rich is.
But if you're poor and you're just renting an apartment, you're just trying to pay your rent.
Right.
But there's still
financial problems.
Whether it's $10 or $1 million, you're still having to pay every month for something.
Okay, so maybe the problems are relative to each individual's level of wealth or lack thereof?
I would think so, because I mean, if you have just more money than you know what to do with, that money still has to be maintained.
Yeah. I mean, again, not billionaires, but like your millionaires.
Okay. Just the average millionaire.
They got to keep the millions. Obviously, a billionaire, you can't really spend $1 billion in a lifetime.
I mean, I think you could.
You think so?
I think you could.
How?
Well, I don't really know because I haven't had $1 billion to spend.
Well, I mean, not unless you give it away. I mean, because you can only get to a certain point. You're just like, well, I don't really want anything else. I would think eventually you could.
Maybe.
I mean, again, I'm not a billionaire, so I wouldn't know, but
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't have any money.
Me neither.
So I don't really know. Like, I'm at a place now where I'm like, there's nothing I want.
Yeah.
But I don't have money.
Well, your level of desire probably changes with your financial status as well.
Maybe.
Well, okay, I'll give you an example. Beyonce, I've heard the rumor on the internet. I don't know how true it is. I never asked her. She never texted me back. You know what I'm saying? But
she left you on red.
Yes, absolutely. No, she apparently she drinks out of like aluminum or stainless steel straws.
Okay.
And with them being a billionaire household and me being a very regular Joe Blow, I don't get that. But I'm also not a billionaire. But I don't understand why somebody would want aluminum straws when free straws from McDonald's work just as well.
Well, I think it's an environmental thing.
You think so?
Well, okay. So
you're like this idiot.
Well, here's the thing.
Yes, sir.
let's say you go to McDonald's every day.
Okay.
And you get you $1 large drink to get your daily straw.
Right.
You can only use that straw so many times.
Okay.
Because of the plastic, how it's made.
Right.
It's not made to be
forever, yeah.
But her aluminum straw is made to be washed and reused forever.
Okay.
So let's say that straw is $100. Well, you buy that straw for $100 and you can use it forever.
Right.
But after 100 days, you've already spent the same $100. And 100 days later, she still has the same straw.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess that does make sense, though. I guess, like I say, certain things to me being poor is not, certain rich stuff doesn't appeal to me. But I ain't never been rich, so I wouldn't know.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, there's been days when I've been like, man, it must be nice to have been born with money and not have to worry about problems. But they say rich people have problems too. They're just not financial problems.
I think there are financial problems too.
Oh, yeah, because rich people have gone broke.
True.
Because you think like Tony Braxton,
Mike Tyson,
MC Hammer.
The TLC.
Yeah, well, I think they just got robbed.
Well,
but they went broke, yeah.
Pebbles.
Yeah, good old Peppertone. Have you seen that document? The documentary?
Okay, can I just derail us for a second?
But of course.
There's this channel on YouTube that I listen to. And I thought about it the other day. He like goes through different careers, like Ashanti, Anne-Marie, Tierra Marie. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. And all of their careers, well, they ended-ish, and it's always a black man. That's like at the root of the black. Do you know what I'm saying? It's either like, I hit on her and she didn't want me, so she can just roll over and die, or bad business decisions based on this man.
Yeah, they say Left Eye started God Rest the Dead. She supposedly towards the end of their, not breakup, but like before or right around after Fan Mail came out. Before she passed, she was messing with some dude. They show it they talk about it in a documentary that some dude she was messing with was kind of manipulating her and like apparently like Ashanti's it was something about like, it came down to Jennifer Lopez. There was a song, because Ashanti and Ja Rule, they did a song together and it was really good. And then shortly after that, Ja Rule and J-Lo did a song together. That was actually Ashanti's song. I didn't know that.
But the man in her life, whoever that was, I forgot who it was. Sorry, camera one. I forgot who it was. Took that song and gave it to Jennifer Lopez.
Damn.
Danity Kane.
What happened to him?
P. Diddy. P. Diddy ruined that. Let me tell you right now.
That ain't his first time.
Well, no, and it won't be the last.
No.
And it probably isn't the last. There's one probably happening right now.
Yes.
Like, part of me with P. Diddy is I'm like, why don't you not do music?
Yeah.
Like, nobody's asking for a P. Diddy album.
Nah.
Nobody's ever asked for a P. Diddy album.
He don't even write his own rap.
Nobody's asking for it.
At all.
I don't know what his business adventures are other than Sean John.
Right.
That's the only one that I can think of off the top of my head.
Oh, Ciroc.
Okay.
Yeah. He's got a bunch more, but those are the bigger ones.
Stick to that.
Right.
Let music be somebody else. Because you're clearly not it. Like
the management part of
Mace, Faith Evans, Danity Kane, like oh God, what was that girl's name? Beautiful.
She was in Danity Kane?
No. Me and You is her Cassie.
Yeah.
Cassie, like, stop.
Yeah.
Stop. Don't do any more. You know what I mean?
Well, a little bit, some of it is their own fault. Like Mace was on top of the world, pun intended, but then he wanted to be a preacher. So he kind of bounced out. And then he got Loon, who was supposed to be like the new Mace. I think he turned Muslim.
I don't remember a Loon at all.
He kind of looked like Mace, but he had the full beard.
Okay.
He was on the I Need a Girl song. Not the singer, but the rapper. Because you know there's like 3 or 4 people on I Need a Girl.
Yeah.
He's on
I'm
that
trying
song.
to think, yeah.
Then he had Black Rob. Remember that song, Take This Money, Make This Money. And people were doing the Harlem Shake in the video. He had like little kids in the video.
Probably if I saw
Yeah,
it.
you probably see it. He was with him.
I mean, you're just adding to the list of stop doing music. Stop asking people to do music with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I mean, a lot of these female rappers or female artists, whether they are a rapper or a singer, their careers like die because some guy is in the way, and it's usually a black man. And I find that fascinating.
You're trying to tell me we ain't shit.
What I mean is, I find it fascinating that it's this like weird dynamic of these really talented people,
right, just fading into nothing.
Fade away, and it's not the audience, it's the people behind the scenes.
Well, some artists disappear because, in my opinion, they take too long to put another album out.
But a lot of that take too long is this man
in a record company or guy.
Is this man?
Yeah.
Well, and I'm gonna have to do a little research, camera one, to go back and watch these videos again. But they're all like, so, like one of them, I'm trying to remember. One of them was the girl sang on his enemy's song without realizing it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And they were like, no, you've sang with my enemy. You're dead.
Damn.
Like, you're crazy. You're a loon.
Yeah, that's separate from personal. That's business.
Correct. Like,
yeah, it should be okay.
But it's just a list. Christina Milian, like all of these people. It's just a big list of names.
Well, I think Christina Milian, she just ain't the best. It's very manufactured sounding, but she's not the most vocally strong. Not that you really have to in today's time anyway. But her one of her bigger albums was produced by Dre from Cool and Dre. Cool and Dre made the Every Damn Hustling beat.
Okay.
Yeah, they make beats.
Okay.
But and I think Christina Milian never really found which lane she wanted to be in. Was it poppy? Do I want to be sexy like Rihanna? I think she spent too much time floating back and forth, and she wants to do Disney TV shows and movies.
Well, she just did Disney for a short time, but it was this man. I can't think of his name. Anyway, it was this man.
Well, she's with a white man now.
Because she wised up
for us.
Because she wised up.
Now she had a baby, and now she don't have a career.
Well, she does. She does a lot of Lifetime and Hallmark, I think.
Yeah, I've seen that. My mom watches that.
But get your paycheck,
money,
girl.
yeah.
Get your paycheck. Do your acting, girl. Mm-hmm. I say go for it.
I wonder how much those pay.
Oh, I think they pay a lot.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But
I think it used to be like Lifetime is where you went when you were like
to die. Yeah.
But now, like people that are
now they're
super popular are already over there.
That's true.
Which has sort of revived, I think, a lot of the people that went to Lifetime to begin with.
Yeah, and at the same time, a lot of people that were movie stars, the stigma back in the day was, I only do movies or I only do TV.
Yeah.
And I think that boundary has kind of been rinsed away with streaming and everything, because now people will do like Netflix. I mean, Netflix is real movies, but it's not in the theater movies. But they're not considered like low budget movies.
Right.
Like how Will Smith did Bright. Like I'm sure 10 years ago, he would never would have, not that we had Netflix 10 years ago, but I'm sure he wouldn't. Well, how it is.
It was
now.
just a different thing.
Yeah. It was just DVDs, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, I do too.
We did that here at the Undisclosed Location.
I ain't mad at you. My
got
dad
movies in the mail. That was crazy. I mean, that was at the time like this wild.
Because it was like Redbox before Redbox, right?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. But not, well, Redbox, you got to go to the box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Excuse me. But yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of Will Smith. So his kids. No, I'm not going to bash.
Speaking of Will Smith and black men ruining careers.
No, the silver spoon thing. Like how his kids are. Because like.
Well, you blame that on Jada.
Yeah, a little bit. But do you think them growing up rich has benefited them? Or has it?
I mean, I think there's benefits.
Of course, yeah. For one, you ain't never hungry.
True.
And you don't worry about.
But I think some of it though is it must be hard to appreciate things.
Well, Jaden seems very grounded. We don't know him, but he seems to give a shit about the world. Like he's doing some project. I don't know what it's called, but it's to like find something that will clean water, kind of on the go.
Oh yeah,
have you heard kind of?
Yeah. I've bits and pieces.
Yeah, he's doing that, and he's doing something.
But do you think that's Will
influence?
Because Will has always been that. Because he's sort of a rags to riches in his own right.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. West Philadelphia, born and raised
on the playground.
That's where I spent most of my day.
But I think he's always been involved in, like, I want to say, I remember like years ago, vaguely in my memory, it may not have been Will Smith, but somebody like him,
right?
Like Christmas, they didn't do gifts. They like went to like homeless shelters and did stuff for people, and like ran like an Operation Christmas Present or cool. Whatever. Like I think that might have, I don't remember, camera one. I don't remember if that was him or not, but
it probably was Jaden. Like I said, he seems to be.
But yeah, I think it was something like that where they on purpose were like, no, you're going to see what other people go through.
Instead of sitting in your big mansion and kicked up chilling. Okay.
Just collecting gifts. You know what I mean?
Because Jaden also does another thing. It's something to do with, he designed sneakers, some Nikes, or I can't remember the brand. It might have been Puma, whatever the brand was. But they recycle old sneakers and use that material to make these sneakers.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like an environmental thing.
Yeah.
So that is kind of cool that he, at least on the outside, seems to give a crap about the world, even though he didn't grow up without.
True.
But I'm trying to think of kids they might be grown. Can you think of any Silver Spoon kids or famous kids that grew up and seem real shitty as adults?
I was going to say Paris.
I was too, Paris Hilton.
But she's come a long way, though. I think with Paris, maybe
it was that TV show she had with
Nicole.
Yeah. Richie, there you go.
But I think with Paris, we're thinking about her in her teens.
Right. And everybody's an idiot as a teenager.
Everybody's crazy.
Yeah.
But now I think she's like,
oh, okay. She kind of mellowed out.
I mean, well, it's just like I think she was always like cared about people, but I think now it's like she's like moving things in directions to help other people.
Okay. It's like a conscious.
Right. Instead of it's like, let's go party, that's hot. Right. It's now like,
I'm a grown up.
That's hot, collect money, give it to somebody who needs it, or give it to organizations that do stuff.
Okay. So there's some organization to it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Because I was going to say Kim Kardashian.
Some vision.
Yeah. There you go. Vision. Because I was going to say Kim Kardashian, but I don't remember her as a kid because
Well, Kim started, whatever. Kim started as Paris's assistant.
Yeah,
anyway.
Which I'm so confused how that happened. But anyway.
Well, I think it's money. Money, whatever.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
But
because she gives a shit about the world, which is cool.
Kim has taken all of her business savvy that she's been learning over these last 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
And she's now mobilizing that toward projects and effort.
Yeah, she's getting people out of jail and all that stuff.
Right.
Like she's actually giving to the world.
Right.
And so maybe because she started off as a very, on the outside, looking in, a very vain, or I look at me, I'm pretty, blah, 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 that maybe we didn't realize she wasn't as stupid as we
I always thought she was smart.
Well, see, I always thought she was an airhead. From what she's portrayed on the show. It's, oh my God, Chloe. Whereas she might actually not be an idiot. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, here's my thing. You think about reality TV.
Yeah, it's got to be entertainment.
Well, you just take a second and think about reality TV. Mm-hmm. That family has lasted longer than anyone else in reality TV.
Yeah.
That's not a fluke.
Yeah, it ain't by accident.
Right. Like, these are business decisions that are made probably daily.
I mean, I'm sure.
So I was always like, y'all are underselling this one because she's about to take over everything, and she has.
Yeah. I mean, I think I used to say they don't really have a talent, and they may not have a talent that we're accustomed to. Like I can dribble a ball, or I can sing really well, or I'm a great actress or actor. But I think their talent is keeping our attention, and that's a skill.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of people discount it, but that's a real skill.
Well, I mean, you think about it though. Like I think they have shoes. They have makeup.
She got Skims, which is some slimming Spanx, but it's like named after Kim.
Which is, I mean, smart. Smart.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think they have like multiple companies. Like she's the B Diddy, female P Diddy.
I think their mom is P Diddy because she.
Well, maybe.
Which mom? I'm just joking. Karis or what's the Bruce? Not Bruce. Caitlyn. I couldn't think of her name.
Caitlyn, bless it. Caitlyn's come a long way. She's tried.
I can't figure her out, but that ain't.
Well,
that's another episode.
But you know what, though? Like, in all honesty, just a quick side note on old Caitlyn.
Did you just do a Caitlyn?
Oh, Caitlyn.
You heard she wants to go back to being a guy.
I think they proved that was a rumor.
Oh,
anyway,
okay.
But even if she did, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, but part of me here's my thing with Caitlyn. Like, I don't think people realize, like, we're sitting in 2022.
Okay.
Looking back
at all the years
at
of
Caitlyn.
Yeah, right.
And it's like people forget, like, early 2000s, being gay wasn't cool.
No.
At all.
Right.
So
there's only a few people that could be gay and it was okay. It was like a small handful. No, I mean like celebrities, not. It's usually women though.
Name one.
Wasn't Rosie always gay?
Ellen came out as gay.
Yeah, I remember Ellen.
And lost her TV show.
Oh, she did?
Yes.
Yeah. Rosie
came out as gay. And I believe she lost her TV show too.
Damn.
But I might be wrong on that one.
Okay.
Can't remember why.
It seemed like it was more women celebrities that it was tolerated more than men.
Maybe. But I mean, it's definitely one of those things where now celebrities that aren't gay at all are like, I'm gay.
Yeah, you're like,
I'm gay this week.
Yeah.
Look at my new movie.
Yeah.
That was not the case.
Right.
Like, I graduated high school in 2002.
03 for me. Easy.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
it wasn't cool then.
I knew I was going to not survive if I stayed here for very much longer.
You didn't.
When I left here in 2004, I still wasn't telling people.
Right. It wasn't an announcement.
I was like, I'm going to college.
Yes.
Bye-bye. And ran out the door.
All right.
We're just in 2022.
Yeah. So that's why we can look back at Caitlyn and people talk
like,
all this shit.
When I think about Bruce, I'm going to say Bruce in quotes. When I think about like the Olympian, like you have to think like he went through the Olympics in the 70s.
Yeah, he was an Olympian before
80s.
There was
70s,
real
80s.
I think late 70s, give or take.
Okay. Anyway, so I'm talking about 2004.
Yeah.
I was running away to college for my life.
This dude is
You're talking about 70s. Yeah. He was in the Olympics.
You think he was gay then?
I mean, he's always been Caitlyn.
I'm still fair enough. I'm gonna leave that one.
You know what I'm saying? But he likes women.
Yeah, so
technically he's a lesbian, but whatever. We don't have to get into those specifics. Yeah. But what I mean is like people are like, why'd you wait so long? I'm sorry, did you just hear me? I was trying to survive in 2004. Yeah. You're talking about him in the 70s.
Right. That would be like a black person walking around trying to date a white woman in the 60s and 50s.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
It was highly frowned upon.
Correct.
Yeah. I feel that, yeah. I think people don't grasp that.
Right. But I think people are looking backward with 2022 eyes. And it's like, no.
Nah, it wasn't cool in the 70s.
When you lived back then, it was not cool.
Nah.
At all.
Yeah.
Like, I vividly remember that was around the time that all these politicians who were on the Republican side that were like hating gay people.
And half of them were
in the bathroom tapping their foot to find some guy to sleep with.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's when all these people were getting caught.
Right.
And like losing all of their backing and stuff.
Then now it's kind of like, one day's 24-hour cycle and the next story.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's fair. So yeah, I guess. Yeah. I don't know though.
But I think there's so many aspects of life to try to trivialize it down to silver spoon and poor.
That's
it's
too
so
narrow.
hard
Yeah.
because my example of depression,
Yeah.
whether you have $1 billion or no money, you're still depressed.
Yeah, the billionaire might have access to more help, but the issue is still the same.
Well, but the poor person may have free insurance.
Oh, that's true.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they may have the same access.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess then if you
but you're still depressed.
Yeah, and then the only difference outside of that is that person with depression might have financial issues on top of it and may not be able to handle it or be able to fix it. But that person still has depression just like that person has depression.
Right.
They just have a whole lot more money behind it.
Right.
That's true.
Like the company that I used to work for in the North, just undisclosed location, he's schizophrenic.
What is schizophrenia exactly? Is that split personalities?
No, that's DID.
Oh.
Dissociative identity disorder.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that may be the old term. Can't remember one. Whatever. I think it's DID.
Okay. So what is schizophrenia?
Schizophrenia is hallucinations.
Okay.
I mean, it's
deeper than that.
It's deeper than that. But just so you can separate the sort of basics of it's hallucination. But he runs that whole company.
That's cool.
He has tons of money. Mm-hmm. He's not any less schizophrenic.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? He's still schizophrenic.
Yeah.
But there's also schizophrenic people that we worked with every day that had no monies.
I got you. Because
they're still schizophrenic.
Right.
But they got all the care they needed, just like he got all the care he needed.
Oh, that's fair, though. Yeah, you got a point, though. Especially, like you said, when it comes to disorders and mental health. There's still, if you don't have, like I said, if you don't have lots and lots of money, you still have access to care.
Right.
It may not be I have the number one doctor or psychiatrist or therapist in the country, but you at least have some form of assistance.
Right.
So I guess yeah. But what if it's not a mental issue? I mean, what if it's, I don't know. I mean, because I guess the number one cause for divorce is finances, right? It's either finance or infidelity, one of the two.
I think they're pretty close.
Probably so.
But I think they're pretty close.
Yeah, they're neck and neck.
But I think sometimes they go hand in hand.
Wait, what you mean?
Well, when you start to have issues, you start to separate.
Oh, gotcha. The finance might cause
when that separation starts happening, the likelihood of infidelity increases
exponentially. I'm sure.
Well, but I mean, it's just it's a natural It's sort of like I said about my first one. It's sometimes you don't even realize you're growing apart.
Yeah.
Until you're like, how'd you get way over there?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
But money can't really fix that either, though. Money can't fix an infidelity so I don't know. I mean, because I guess I you know how some famous or rich people say money isn't all that, and then poor people are like, well, mofo, like how you gonna say that? You got plenty of it. That's who said it? I think I've heard a couple celebrities say that, but
Jim Carrey. Correct me if camera one. I believe Jim Carrey said, because he also struggles with his own mental health.
Yeah.
But sorry. But he a few years ago said, if you're out there thinking the next dollar, the next $10, that's gonna fix your life. Let me just tell you, as someone with money, it's not.
Right.
So
yeah,
you should probably stop thinking that way.
Yeah, and
I think people were like, you have money, have several seats. Yeah. Because that's easier than going, he might be onto something.
I agree, but I will say,
because you know how some people are like, if I can just get that job.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for them to hand me that job.
Yeah.
I've applied for it. I've done all these things. If I can get that job, everything will be better. It's not.
Or if I can make just an extra $400 a month. Or
it's not.
Right. Because your character and habits don't change just because you make more money. And just like they say, and I don't know how true it is. Again, I'm not rich, not even close. But that might be why they say money doesn't change you. It makes you more of who you are.
By happiness.
You say what?
Money doesn't buy happiness.
Right. But they say the more money, like if you're an asshole, when you get more money, you just become more of an asshole. If you are
it's sort of like alcohol.
Yeah.
Whatever type of person you are, the drunker you get, the more you're that person.
Well, for me, it depends on my day. But for the most part, I'm a real goofy drunk. I'm not really
just hungry.
That too. I got to eat. I like to eat food.
I do enjoy to eat as well. It's where the problem starts.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I mean, I would say like, I think trying to
one more.
You're good. I think trying to like place it into these categories of has money, doesn't have money, it takes away from the complexity of human.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm human, therefore
I'm rich.
It doesn't matter if I have the money or I don't have the money. I'm still
human.
Yeah.
I mean, I will admit though, the other problems probably are not as bad.
Well, I mean,
if you can pay your rent on time.
True. But I mean, you think about friends, like if you have money,
right?
Do you have friends?
I don't know.
If you're always constantly buying everything, are they really your friend?
I think if they were your friends before you had money, yes. But then at the same time, when you start hanging out with...
But if you're born with a silver spoon, how do you know?
Hopefully you're around friends who also have money. But then are you really friends, or y'all just a bunch of rich snobs hanging out?
Are we actually friends?
Right.
Or we just both have money?
Right. And this is a business transaction.
Right.
I don't know. Because, I don't know. I think it's probably 50-50. I think probably celebrity friends are not really friends.
I think some of them are. I think like a handful are.
Yeah. But that's true.
Like, for example, Drew Barrymore. When Drew Barrymore is like, that's my friend, for whatever reason, I'm like, I think that's her friend. But like, Rihanna and Katy Perry, I was sort of like...
No, that's a business transaction.
Well, I think part of me, for the two of them, I think it started that way. And then I think they actually like are friends on a certain level.
That's fair. Yeah, because I think some rappers are really friends, and I think most rappers are not friends. But I think, like, for example, the other day I was watching. Do you know who Bobby Shmurda is? At least the name.
Oh, there was like a dance or something.
Yeah.
The like Bob and the whatever. Yeah.
So
okay.
He went to jail for like conspiracy, whatever it was, but he went to jail.
Okay.
He went to jail. I give or take 5 to 7 years. He just got out last year.
Okay.
And Quavo from the Migos, the one that was dating Sweetie, I think him and a couple other people picked him up from prison, gave him a bunch of money and all that stuff. But I watched the video the other day. He has a new song. The song's kind of regular, but he's dancing in the video, and he can't dance worth a shit. And when I first looked at it, I was like, why is he doing all that? That looks girly. That looks good. Why is he doing it? Like he was doing a whole bunch of crotch thrusting.
Okay.
And then I thought about it for a second. I was like, he's been in jail for the last 5 to 7 years. He's got money again. Why am I criticizing him for being happy to be free?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. The point I was trying to get to was I think him and Quavo are actually friends because they seem to be having a very good time in the video. Having fun.
I would say this.
I could be wrong. I don't know.
If somebody came and picked you up from prison,
they're probably your friend. That's what I'm saying.
Probably your friend.
Yeah. That's true. I would hope so. If you give me a briefcase full of money, some jewelry, pick me up from jail.
Not even the rest of it.
Well, yeah.
If you, at a basic level, came to prison and picked me up, so I didn't have to do like the bus that drops me off in the middle of nowhere, I'd say we're probably friends.
I hope so.
You know what I'm saying? I'd say we're probably friends because I don't think that process is very simple.
I don't know.
Like I think it's like an all-day process. The day you get out of jail, I think it's like a process.
I don't know. I did one weekend, long time ago.
I mean, like prison, not jail. I mean prison.
Yeah,
like 5 to 7 years. Let's say he did 5 years.
Yeah, I can't remember the exact, but it's somewhere between 5 and 7 years.
Okay, let's say he did 6.
Yeah.
Right, cut it in the middle.
Yeah.
6 years has gone by. Everybody's life has moved forward 6 years.
Making money, especially he was a celebrity before.
And they came to pick you up.
Yeah.
You're probably friends.
Yeah. And that's what they are. But the video, they are having a ball. And I think they're probably actually really friends. Like I said, he picked him up from prison or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind having rich friends. But if I had rich friends and I still had my financial status now, do you think that would be hard to have genuinely rich friends?
Kevin Hart, I think it is, that has a joke about his kid's birthday.
Oh, he went to
Mekhi Phifer's kid's birthday.
I thought it was Dwayne Wade.
I think it's Mekhi Phifer.
Oh, you're right.
And he rented out the whole park.
Yeah, you're right. I remember that joke. Yeah.
Okay. So I think you can have a friendship with someone with money.
Right.
But you're not going you can't compete with that person.
Well, I wouldn't want to anyway.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
even if I was the richer friend, I would never want to belittle somebody I'm friends with just because I happen to be more fortunate.
Right.
Regardless of, I mean, even if we're not famous, we just, hypothetically, if you started IBM and I started Apple, Apple's obviously more successful. Barely.
Shade.
No, I couldn't think of a good example. I mean, we use a Mac courtesy of Mr. Kirk. But if you were IBM and I was Apple, I wouldn't be like, man, I heard that Windows kind of crappy this year. Like, if we're gonna hang out and we're genuinely friends, I mean, we crack jokes on the pod, but I'm not gonna I wouldn't throw a low blow.
Right.
And I think that also helps determine friendship also.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you've come to pick me up from prison,
we're probably friends.
Yeah, we're probably friends. Mm. I mean, I think I would pick you up from prison.
You pick me up?
I think so. I think so.
You think you would?
Well, it depends on which one you went to. It also depended if you went for murdering me. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, you can't pick me up if I killed you.
Correct. So I'm going to say on a whim, I probably would pick you up.
I appreciate it.
However, depending on how you got there may be some
we got to talk
obstacles
about this
in the way. You know what I mean?
Some inconveniences.
Correct. I may not have been there, you know.
Like, I heard you're a pedophile. I'm not coming to pick you up. No, you stay in there.
Maybe.
I'm just saying.
Well, you know, I don't have any plans to have kids, so I think we're pretty safe on that one.
That's true. You're terrible.
Well, I mean, but I think when you're looking at the silver spoon kind of thing, I think in our minds, those of us that weren't born with a silver spoon,
absolutely,
you think that there's something easier, but life is life.
Yeah, you still have to live it.
Yeah, I mean, regardless. Whether you got money, you know what I'm saying? Like, excuse me. If you're this rich kid that got 25 Christmas presents every year for Christmas, compared to this person, like, maybe got a gift every year, maybe.
Right.
You still had this similarity of Christmas. You just think that they have an easier life or a better life.
Because, I mean, I'm going to give one of my terrible analogies. We're all driving on the highway. One person
I thought it was a staircase.
Well, I was going to use that one, but you already shit on it, so I'm going to use a different one. We're all on the interstate. The only difference is we might be traveling at different speeds as far as the things we encounter. But we're still all driving. You know what I mean?
Okay. Some of us are sitting in the lane.
And bullshitting around, yes.
Can't move.
We're stagnant. Some of us.
Then there's the rich lane.
Yeah, Speedy Gonzalez.
The POV lane.
That was HOV.
HOV lane.
You know what I mean? Was that a decent analogy? No. You can tell me it was trash.
I mean,
it makes sense at least.
They're slightly improving.
Everybody's like, thumbs down.
Oh my God. Sorry I keep coughing. No, I'm on the tail end of this sinus infection. It's going great.
He got the cooties, y'all.
Oh my God. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's one of those things where I think I think in our minds, we want to think that they have it easier.
Yeah, because it looks easier.
Yeah.
Even though it's probably not.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably not.
Well, Cardi B said the other day, I saw it on the internet, she said being famous is boring. Now, I know fame doesn't mean rich.
I would say it might be.
You think so?
Well, I mean, like, I think about somebody like Julia Roberts. She's like a huge celebrity. Everybody would, if you saw her, you would know that's Julia Roberts.
But she hadn't done a movie, from my recollection, I could be wrong. She hadn't done a movie since Ocean's whatever, 11, 12, 13, whatever.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, but she's still Julia Roberts.
Yeah. But I mean, well, maybe that wouldn't be a good example. But
I mean, I know who that is. Yeah. Pretty Woman, all that. Yeah.
But let's say, like, she's probably not going to the grocery store.
Nah, she probably got that. Was it DoorDash? Not DoorDash.
Well, she would have to have somebody go for her.
See, I would still want to live as normal as possible. But she wouldn't be able to. She might be able to now only because she hasn't recently dropped a move, but she's still Julia Roberts. She's not a nobody.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Kevin Hart can't go to the grocery store.
Okay, let's do Kevin Hart. So Kevin Hart probably isn't going to the grocery store. Probably couldn't if he wanted to.
Right. He can't go to the mall and go, hey, baby, y'all want to go get some new Jordans or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's one thing you just can't do.
I mean, I don't think let me not tell that lie. Not that I go to the mall all the time, but I would like to be able to go in the mall and not be bothered. So, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything you would that you would really want to be able to do and not be able to as a celebrity? Like normal shit, not I want to fly.
Like show up and play pickleball for the afternoon.
You might could though, because it's a smaller area.
Maybe.
Unless the word got out. Kirk is at such and such today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it probably wouldn't take long.
Because it's a small area.
Right.
Right.
Well, just any area. Every area is small.
Well, I mean, in relation to your normal big city. This is a rural area, so.
It is, but I mean, there are people that I've met at pickleball that I've never met in real life.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I didn't know they existed.
Well, yeah.
But they're there.
Well, that's just like when we go to the gym. I mean, we see people we've never interacted with outside of the gym.
Right.
So, I don't know. Yeah. I think there is a few things I would want to. I think I would, for my kids' sake, there is certain things I would still want to be able to do that normal people do.
Uh-huh.
But for the most part, I don't know. Outside of that, I mean. Because like you said, like Mekhi Phifer, he can rent out, I mean, I don't know if it was Disney World or Six Flags, whatever it was, though. If I can rent out the entire amusement park, that would be cool. But at the same time, and I may sound stupid saying this or sound crazy. To me, some of the enjoyment this particular example, an amusement park is the human beings walking around.
Oh yeah,
it would kind of be creepy to me. I think it would be creepy to just we're gonna get on this ride and there's not a soul around except yourself. The operator. Yeah, and me and my kids. That would be kind of creepy.
Yeah.
So I guess it would, because it would, to me, it would take some of the fun out of it. There's nobody in here but me and my kids.
Right.
I think that would be a little creepy.
It would be. I think so.
Yeah. So, but then we all bitch and moan when we stand in line waiting to get on the ride. But that's part of the experience.
Yeah. I mean it's a long line though.
Well, you can get the flash pass, but that's still
more money.
I mean, if I'm Mekhi Phifer, I got it. But I just rent the whole park out.
True.
But I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you would miss that I think part of the fun of life is meeting other people.
Yeah.
Whether you meet this person, other person, and they're in your life for the rest of their life, or just for a week.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
It was still an interesting experience.
Yeah. Because I mean, I think the meaning of life is human interaction. Human interaction is important for life. Even if I'm a loner and I'm a recluse. Human interaction is still necessary. To me, is still necessary for survival.
I think so.
Yeah. Because you got to, even if it's not.
Because even extreme introverts,
you got to talk to somebody.
Crave interaction.
Yeah. That's the word I was looking for, introverts. But yeah, I mean, even if it's just one other person, you need some interaction.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah. That's true. I think so. I mean, I think you have to. You have to have that.
So you want the silver spoon or you want to grow up poor? Regular skin. Let me stop saying poor.
I don't think I would change anything.
I don't think I would either.
I thought about it the other day and I thought, if any one small thing changed in my life, everything would be different.
Yeah. It would be the pebble effect.
Butterfly.
Oh, butterfly, excuse me. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, no, pebble in the water.
Yeah.
Was that where you were going?
Yeah. But the big example is the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Because one change changes everything.
Yeah.
So not even one thing you would change?
I don't think so.
Would you change one thing and if you knew it would not change the out? Well, I guess there would be no point in changing it then, though. You know what I mean? There would be no...
Yeah, if it didn't change the out. There's nothing that I would want to change. I think about my relationship ended.
Right.
And then I moved home.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started rebuilding.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit.
Like a mofo.
But COVID affected everybody so differently. But for me, it was, I slowed down.
No. Yeah, I was about to say it affected everybody the same, but it affected the world simultaneously. But you're right, it affected everybody differently.
Yeah. But I mean, I was forced to slow down. I couldn't work 90 hours anymore a week. I couldn't drive all over the place. And
I'm sure you don't want to go back to that.
No, I don't.
He's like, no.
But had I not had that moment to stop, would I?
Would you have slowed down finally?
I don't know.
Probably not.
I don't know if I would have or not.
And you definitely don't want to get to a point where you just break down.
Right.
That's true.
But yeah. Like I got a call a month or two ago from this lady that hires me for a bunch of travel stuff. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, just let me know.
You're like, I'm cool. Peace.
But I was really like, you don't have to call me. I'm good.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And probably the next time I talk to her, if she does call me, I might be like, can't make it.
I was gonna say, why don't you just say you don't do community anymore? But you never know.
I never say never.
You're right, because you never know what it pays or if you need to take it.
Yeah. Or maybe I need a moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that'll be a good break for a minute.
Yeah, you might want to break from the brick and mortar that we go to. Yeah.
Why not?
That's fair.
But yeah, part of me is like, I think maybe I would have tried to be better at that relationship. But then I think, it sort of worked out really well.
Yeah.
For both of us, I think.
Yeah. Because I'm sure you at least at the moment have the outcome that you are searching for. In a small scale, not the entire world.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know. I'm about like you though. I mean, sometimes I'll be like, man, it would have been nice not to have to worry about if our lights are going to get cut off or have to find a job in 9th grade when I should just be focusing on going to school.
Right.
But then at the same time, don't get me wrong, my work ethic is not impeccable, but I've always had a job at least.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of the benefits of knowing, okay, I'm growing up. It's one parent. We ain't got a whole lot. I got to work and help. And that was never like a commandment, son, you will pick up a job in 9th grade.
Yeah.
No, I see that there's a need. I can't make $1 million in 9th grade, but I can help a little bit.
Right.
So, yeah. Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, you think about like, had you been able to dump your old friends and find brand new amazing friends in DC.
You ain't shit. It's been so many weeks since he recorded, yet he recorded immediately.
You know what I mean, though? It's sort of like, well,
I got you.
Would you be,
Yeah. I mean, because I wouldn't have been in Lil Bro's wedding.
It'd be you and another white gay man doing a podcast together.
You never know. We might not be doing a podcast.
You and Gabby. You know what I mean?
Oh, Lord.
But I mean, you never know. You know what I mean? Like, What do you do?
That's true, though. I do it. As funny as it sounds, I do agree with you because that butterfly effect, I do think is not real. Like, we can test it out.
Right.
But I do think small changes would completely change today.
Definitely.
Yeah. That'd be weird. Maybe not weird because we wouldn't know, but.
You wouldn't know.
Yeah. Mm.
That movie, though, he did know. Right? Did he remember?
He would. It was almost like he would fast forward to the future because he would have episodes where he didn't remember what happened that led up to it, whether it be a day or a year or whatever. And then he started, apparently when he was a kid, his therapist was telling him to journal what he would remember up until the blackout or the multiple blackouts. And apparently he could go back and read it and it would take him back to when that actually happened as a kid. And then he could change it.
Gotcha. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
That's a good ass movie.
Ashton Kutcher, right?
Yeah. it's such a good movie.
It was good. I remember it being a good movie. I don't remember a lot of the details.
Yeah. And do you want me to ruin the ending or don't ruin the ending?
Let's not.
Okay. Well, it ain't a new movie, but I feel.
Yeah, I might watch it.
It's dope
because I think I have it.
The sequel is trash. Only I guess because
I don't think I ever saw the sequel.
It's straight to DVD. It might have been straight to VHS.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Shade.
The first one's good though. I guess because you know what's gonna happen, not to be cliche. And it's kind of just a rehash of the original, just a different person.
Oh yeah.
So it's not very good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most sequels aren't that good anyway.
It would also affect the other people.
It did, yeah.
Like if you change one thing, like if you were to change one thing about your life, it would affect everything.
Yeah. That's why
including everybody.
Yeah, but that's what happened in the original.
Yeah.
Like, for example, this ain't gonna ruin the movie, but he did one of the scenarios that happened as a kid, they got ready to put like a firecracker in the mailbox, and then the mom and her daughter, a grown woman and her like newborn baby were walking towards the mailbox, and then he blacks out. He don't remember what happened, and then it fast forwards to him as a kid, like 10 minutes later. He's like, "What happened?" Because he don't remember, and apparently the baby got like blown the fuck up. It was more than just a firecracker. It was like a stick of dynamite. It wasn't dynamite, but it was more than like a black cat. You know what I mean? And so he's like, "What the crap?" And then as an adult, he reads it, and he reads it and goes back to right when they put the firecracker in there, and he runs over because he remembers what happened initially or after, and he runs over and snatches it out, and he blows his arms off. So he goes back to the future. He's a damn, what's it called when you don't have, I'm not being mean, what's it called when you don't have
amputee? But
it's just his arms. Is it still an amputee if it's multiple?
I think if it's just one.
Oh, okay, well he goes back to the future. He don't have no damn arms.
Yeah.
And then he reads the book, his journal again, and it takes him back so he can fix it. But yeah, stuff like, yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's been so long since I watched that movie.
What's that place you were talking about going to eat again?
Did I say that name?
No, I just missed.
Oh, okay. No, I was just thinking like, God, I've not seen that movie in forever. I forgot about that part.
Yeah, it's a good movie though.
We're re-going through American Horror Story right now.
Is it good?
I love it. I only got to the season where it's like the apocalypse.
See, I keep wanting to watch it, but I don't know what season to start on. Are the seasons connected, or are the episodes connected?
Yes.
Okay, so one season is all connected,
yes,
but not season one leads into season two and those stories.
Well, let me not say that, because season one, excuse me, the apocalypse season comes from season one.
But it's not
an event that happened in season one.
But the characters aren't in season two from season one.
Sometimes they do a little flashback.
Okay, so it would help to start at the beginning.
But like, for example, season one is about a house.
Okay.
And what happens in this one place.
Okay.
House.
Don't tell me though, because yeah.
Season two is like a sanitarium.
What's a sanitarium?
State mental hospital.
Oh, okay.
It's just about what happens to that
particular asylum.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like the second season
references the first season.
No. Well, is based in 1964. Whereas the first season is based in that year, 2000, whatever.
Or present
whatever
day.
Year.
Okay.
Yeah. Present day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. So when does Angela Bassett get into the show?
God. I know she's not in season one.
I think she's an executive producer later in the season.
So far in season two, we have not seen her.
But you've seen all of them prior to going back, right?
Yeah, but it's been a minute. Okay. It's been a minute, and I don't really remember a lot of them. I know that she's in Hotel.
Hotel is a show, or that's...
well, each season is called something.
Oh, okay.
Like
gotcha.
Season one is... Oh, God, I can't think of it now.
You don't have to remember the name.
Season two is Asylum.
Oh, okay, so each one is...
Then I think season three is Circus or something like that.
Give or take, how many seasons are there?
I think only looked it up and there's 10, but I've not seen all 10.
Oh, damn. I got a lot to catch up on. Okay.
I think there's 10.
Okay.
But it's like, I forgot what season 1's called. But season 2 is Asylum. I think season 3 is Freak Show. Season 3 is Freak Show. I remember
those previews. It's like a circus and it's all creepy and shit.
Season 4 is Coven.
That's the one that got like the snakes crawling through the skull or something on the commercial?
Probably.
Okay. I'm very familiar of the show. I just have never sat down and watched it. It's on Hulu or FX on Hulu?
It's FX.
But you can watch it on Hulu.
I think we're currently watching it on Hulu.
Okay. I'm going to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
I keep hearing good stuff about it.
Oh, it's very good. Mm-hmm. I think you'll really enjoy it. But now I'm blanking on the rest of them. But anyway, the last one I saw was Apocalypse. But there's also like Roanoke. That was a really good one too. But I haven't seen anything past Apocalypse.
I got you.
But Apocalypse was really good too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check that out.
There was one called Tribe? Cult.
That's
Cult.
What one season is called?
One season is called Cult. And that one was weird. It wasn't a bad one. It was just weird.
Okay.
Yeah, that one was weird.
I'm going to check that out.
Yeah.
I might start watching it tomorrow when I get off work.
Do we have any DMs that we want to look at?
Kind of. But we've kind of answered them without saying, hey, this was from a DM.
Okay. Today's episode is brought to you by Michael's DMs.
You terrible. Want to get us on out of here?
Let's do it. Nosey with good intentions at gmail.com. We have our Instagram, Nosey with good intentions. You can also catch Michael on his other podcast, Nosey, Patty with good intentions.
Terrible.
Him and the illustrious Gabby, little sister Gabby.
He's gonna merge them into one and just be let me be quiet.
I've been trying to suggest him and Gabby just take it on and go for it. Just take it on and go for it.
He's breaking up with me, y'all. He said, "Be gone."
No, you guys have released a lot of episodes. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
We've been doing this for a year, basically. What do you mean, me and her?
Well, but what I mean is, like, we haven't recorded in forever.
It's been a month.
But, I
think so.
I don't, whatever.
We recorded at some point last month. It's the middle of January.
Yeah.
Or late January, whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. But you're going to have to start deleting episodes because they're going to take up too much room.
No, they're not on here.
Okay.
They're on the external.
Oh, gotcha. Anyway, TikTok, thirst traps. Michael's thirst traps, not mine. I don't have any thirst. Nothing's thirst worthy over here.
On this.
That is Nosey with good intentions, right?
Yeah.
TikTok. Twitter. Hit you with the left hook. Nosey good. Everyone's DMing Michael, but you can DM us in the Instagram, Nosey with good intentions, or you can email us. That would be great. At Nosey with good intentions at gmail.com. You're not going to, but that's fine. Michael will keep letting me know what comes in through the DMs. But anyway, I think that's all.
Yeah, I guess that's it. Well, thank you for listening to our Nosey Nonsense.
See you next time.